Hey everyone, Darren here from the Music Vault. I don't normally do this kind of video either, but it's a response video to Marty Worm's, which is a great channel. Go check it out if you haven't. What were you thinking? An open letter to the bands, and it's about album cover artwork. And I pretty much agree with almost everything he said. Well, everything he said. The only difference between me and him is he's coming at it from a musician, record owner, or label owner, printer, like that. I'm just coming at it from as a fan point of view. And being a metalhead, or into heavy metal, whatever. Um, you know, a big part of collecting and being a part of that genre is you want cool artwork. I mean, you're not going to buy a band that's a metal band that's just, trotting through a field on horses. No, you're going to think that you're just going to pass that album by. So he showed a bunch of CDs, and so I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to show you some really cool artwork that I think is really cool, and then the flip side, album artwork from metal bands that you're looking at it going, really? And he's right. You're looking at something that you can put on a T-shirt that looks cool, that can sell your product. Like, in his point, and I agree with this one, you spend hours and hours and hours in your rehearsal studio producing quality music that you enjoy making to present to your fans. Then you go and you throw something like that on the cover. Like, to me, the reason why I bought this is because of the hype sticker here. It was because of its features ex-members of Corrosion of Conformity. That's the only reason why I bought it. If I would have seen that, like, look at the CD. Like, I always thought it was stupid. Another one. I got this one because it was in the 4 for $10 bin, and you're able to open it up. And these guys were from Welland, Ontario, which is around the corner from my. But, like, that's stupid. And then he was mentioning Cannibal Corpse. In my opinion, there's been a couple of. The Digipack for Evisceration Plague is okay. But for the most part, Cannibal Corpse puts out awesome music. They just have the worst album covers. Like, the worst. And I could go through my albums, and there's a band called Dissection, a thrash band from the 80s. That album cover is the stupidest album cover I've ever seen. But even all the way up to prominent bands like that. Like, that is, there's no thought process. But you can tell when a band is extremely popular and they're putting out an album and they know people are going to buy it. They just put garbage on the cover. Now, this is a remastered issue, but the polar opposite is a well thought out album cover, album design. Like, that's well thought out. This is not. Like, that looks like cheesy, I don't know, some kind of cheesy tattoo art that you would not put on your arm or want to put on your arm. What's up?
Nothing, just getting stuff.
Oh. Then
get to make a feature in the video?
Then you have that. Like, what is that? But then you have that. Now, he did bring up a point about he had a Godflesh album, and if you put some other band name on it, would it be, you know... Now, this is kind of like a lesser known band as opposed to that. Now, this is a lesser known band as well, and that cover is really cool. I mean, bands that go out of their way, like even like that. Band Fatalist. This is the Bitter End. Lesser known band, although extremely awesome in the vein of Swedish death metal. But then you get more well-known bands like Annihilator that put out that. They've had cool covers in the past. That is garbage. I hate that cover. Like, maybe if they would have put their name on that, would have been a little bit better. But that, no. Death. I think this is Ed Ripka that did this cover. And he's done stuff like Evil Dead and stuff like that, I believe. That, what's that? That's stupid. Everything from even down to the album title. Like, the album title makes no sense to the album cover artwork. Now, I don't know, as a fan, you're leafing through records. To be honest, if I knew neither of these bands, okay, I'll put two well-known bands up here. I'm apt to buy this one more because the album cover is awesome. Let's put two bands together, a well-known and not well-known. I'm apt to buy this one first. I know what Judas Priest sounds like, but that cover's stupid. That cover, that intrigues me more to find out what's on this album than what's on a live album that's looks dumb. Even Punk. Like, that's an okay cover. It's a punk rock band. Punk rock's not really known for their covers, I guess. It's more metal stuff. But even glam bands, like, that's an okay cover. You know what you're getting when you buy something like that. LA Guns. I don't think there's anything really wrong with that. Somebody had to design it. Somebody had to paint it. Somebody had to, like, produce it. But this, or even this, I don't know. There was a couple more here. Hold on. Oh, and this hardcore band. Now, if you didn't know the genre of music or were kind of familiar with the band, I think I was able to listen to this, or the record label. I can't remember why I bought this. Maybe it was in a bin. It was $4. Kind of new. It was in the hardcore section, maybe, or the punk section of the record shop that I was shopping at the time. I think that was Dr. Disc, so it would have been in the punk rock section, so that's probably why I bought it. Like, these dudes are the guys from Extol. I knew who this one was before. Extol and The Burial. And a couple of other kind of more well-known Christian bands. I mean, like, look at the packaging on this. Like, that to me, yeah, like you said, you pay for your artwork. Your artwork is going to sell it. I'm going to buy this before I buy the Judas Priest one. I know the both bands. But yeah, I agree 100% with Marty. I think that bands need to really, if you're going to want to sell your product, if you're going to want to have some Joe like me walk into a record shop and be attracted to something I've never heard of, but the cover looks really cool. And I mean, let's be honest, a lot of us metalheads buy new bands that we've never heard of on what their album artwork looks like. If your album artwork as a new band looks like this, I'm not going to buy it. I'll probably end up buying it in the delete bin because it's cheap and it might be great music, but your artwork sucks. And I'm not slamming any bands at all, because to be in a band, I mean, it takes a lot of work, and I appreciate a lot of these bands, a lot of work. But what I don't get is that. I mean, to me, that's stupid. And I think, again, like, I think I bought this because I saw them on the Gigantour. And then when I got it, I wasn't too crazy about it. And I think I paid like next to nothing for it. And that's another thing too. Like, I mean, nowadays, you can go to record shops that have, delete bins. You go through all those delete bins. And you buy a crap load of stuff that you didn't come across, or you came across years ago, but you just didn't have the money or the time to invest in it. Now you do. But seriously, like, put some effort into your album. Like, that's awesome. That is a really cool package. I have the vinyl on this too, and the vinyl is really cool. And both my copies, I have both 2 copies, and both are signed. Their first one, it's really cool, the album cover. But yeah, I think that if you're gonna put out a solid product, put out a solid product all the way around. Go right from, album cover, artwork, pictures. Have it look cool. Have it look sellable. That's just my opinion as well. I was just responding. I thought Marty's video was really cool, and I just figured that I'd respond to it because I thought it was like the packaging. I hate digipacks, but this packaging is kind of cool. I don't know. That's my humble opinion. Take it for what it is. But I thought it was pretty good. I wanted to respond to, because I agree with Marty 100%. Anyways, you guys take care. I'll see you next video. Cheers.